All right, this is chapter 2 of Exit Rich. Step into the seller's mindset, why and when to sell your business. Now, this chapter is more about goals than anything. I think it was about 12 or 13 pages. It doesn't have a lot of technicality to it. It's more about knowing what your why is and why you're doing something and what you're doing, and then what's the next step. There's a lot of thought-provoking questions in this chapter. So when people start to buy a business, they think about the profit and not the exit. When this happens, most entrepreneurs find themselves to just be a firefighter or slaves to a job and not an owner. And I can tell you that I understand what that means, because you get to a point where you're wearing all the hats, the finance hat, the sales hat, the marketing hat. You find yourself finding the business, selling the business, and servicing the business. And that's not what an entrepreneur is supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be technically moving through the business in ways that help the business expand and grow and create opportunities for other people, not just themselves. So it's important to know that you need to spend more time working on the business than in your business. A lot of people get caught on the inside of doing the daily actions and not the business development side. Side note to this as well, I believe that business is broken into two parts, or almost everything is in pairs of two. And so you have business development, and then you have the actual business itself. So if you're selling insurance, you have the side of insurance, which is what I do. And then you have the business development side. And if you understand both sides, it's fantastic. But an entrepreneur should really understand the business development side. And if you understand the business development side, and what you then need is just someone else who can run and operate the other side of the business. And if you can do that, then you can start any number of businesses you want. Another side note, you need to make sure that when you're spending time on your business, you do it every single day. Consistency is extremely important here, more so than intensity. Intensity is, I would say, you need early on, and the consistency is something you need later on. And I would also say, too, that the intensity comes when you're working inside of the business, and the consistency comes when you're working on the business. So just got to make sure that you're developing the business and spending less time on the day-to-day actions of the business and more time on it and on yourself. Understand that if you develop yourself, you're going to also in turn spend the time on the development side of the business. This chapter feels a little longer than it needs to be. It gives a lot of, as I was saying before, a lot of hypotheticals, a lot of thought-provoking questions to stir creativity and the thought process. So it's asking questions like, what do you want to do next? Where do you want to go? Why do you want to sell your business? Is there a particular price you want to sell it for? There's a lot of questions from the author and the affiliate program behind it that is trying to help create push into selling your business when it's time to, and also having the right goals in place. But the book is really boiled down to two things. Why are you building a business? And what are your next plans in life? Ultimately, what are your goals? And so if you don't have something that's pushing you into the future, that's a problem, because that is where development and joy really comes from, is finding and doing new things. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and they go, yeah, my parent, by the age of 30 and before meeting my father, did everything they wanted to do. And I looked at them and I said, that's not a good thing. And they go, what do you mean? And I said, because it's not that they're doing something wrong. And the person then went on to explain, well, they have hobbies and they do this, they do that, and they like this, and they like that. And I said, look, I like playing video games as a hobby. It doesn't mean it's a goal, though. A goal pulls you into the future. If you accomplish all of your goals by the age of 25, find new goals, because you're going to find your life stagnate, get stale. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to become unruly. And you're not going to do the things in life that you want to, that give you the joy. And so always have goals, because it pulls you into the future and gives you clarity on what you really want. Side note, by the way, I would also add that goals have been a huge key to my success. And the way that I approach them is I picture them in my mind, I write them down morning and night, and then I think about them all the day long. You have to be consumed with what you want, because what happens is my mind and actions will always change to move towards what my goals are. They will always change to be in alignment with my goals. And that'll do the same thing for you. What you focus on is what you will get. And if you don't focus on something, you will keep doing the same thing every single day. The reason you're at where you are in life is you chose an action that led to a consequence, and now you're in that cycle of what you chose. And the only way, if you're not happy with it and you want to get out of it, you have to have goals so big that it forces you to change what your actions are representing. So have goals, know where you want to go, know why you're building a business. Is it just because you love the business and that's fine? Or is there some other reason you are building a business? And typically it's because you have a goal and you have an ambition, and at the end of it all, there's somewhere you have a desire to be. Make sure you have goals so it can take you where you want to go in life. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. I just share with you what has worked for me, and if it would work for you, fantastic. But all I'm focused on is synchronizing all the information that has worked for me to be able to help you move through your business and your life better and faster.